What is going on, you guys? We are going to continue our volume of 3D shapes. We're going to do cones, pyramids, and spheres in this video. So go ahead and get your worksheet out. This is going to be number 15. All right, so I already filled in the radius and the slant length. They're given to us. So we got 13 as our radius, and our slant length, this is that L, and that's 30. So H stands for the height of the cone. So the height of the cone is going to go from the center up to the top. So that will be at a 90-degree angle. And you might be like, oh, well, how do we find the height? Well, let me tell you. This is, if you take a hard look, since this is also going to be 30, it's our slant length. It's going to be the same everywhere. It's going to make a right triangle. And boy, do we love right triangles in geometry. So, sorry, we got 30 for our hypotenuse. We got 13 for one of our legs. And we want to know the other leg. So we can use our Pythagorean theorem. We got 30 squared equals x squared plus 13 squared. So 30 squared is 900. X squared is just x squared. And 13 squared is 169. So now we just got to subtract. So this is 731 equals x squared. Now to get x by itself, we got to square root both sides. So x is equal to square root of 731. All right, so now I have no clue what square root of 731 is. So we're going to plug it into the calculator. Here's our desktop calculator. You might be like, oh, wait, there isn't a square root. Well, if you click second, first of all, you want to be in scientific, I think. So if you click this, you should go to scientific. You click second, and then you are going to type in 731 and then press square root, and you're given that it's 27.04. So let's go ahead and round to 2 decimal places, 27.04. So our height is going to be 27.04. All right, and we have our B, which is the area of the base. Well, that's going to be pi r squared. So r squared is 169, so this is 169 pi. And since we're already using decimals here, I'm just going to go ahead and evaluate this too. So we have 169 times 3.14. And that is going to be equal to 530.66. So I know it's kind of small, but bear with me. Oh my gosh, I haven't been putting units. These are all just units, and this is units squared. Go to erase this x here. All right, so we got 530.66 units squared. So to find our volume, here's our volume formula. We got 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So let's go ahead and put that into our calculator. First, let's write it down. 1/3 times area of the base, which is 530.66, times our height, which is 27.04. So now let's go ahead and plug this into our calculator. So we have 530.66. We're going to multiply this by 27.04. And then we are going to divide this by 3. So we are left with 4,783.02. So 4,783.02 units cubed. All right, and that's going to be the answer for this one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So here is number 17. All right, so for this one, it's going to be pretty similar to the cone. The formula for the volume is actually the same. So we have volume equals 1/3 times area of the base times height. So we're going to have to do a pretty similar thing to find our height and stuff, but you'll find out very soon. All right, so we have a pentagon, side length 13. So that's going to be, this is 13 times 5. which is 65. Our slant length that's given to us, it's 21.9. Our apothem is 8.9. All right, so next we have to find our height. So this is going to be the same thing. So then, since this is 8.9, this length is also 8.9. So to find our height, remember our height's like this. I know it's kind of hard to see. This line's in the way. Let me just draw a picture. So this is going to be our height. This is our slant length. This is 21.9. And this is our apothem, which is 8.9. So we have to do Pythagorean theorem here to find our height. So let's go ahead and do it. We got 21.9, and then we're going to square it. And this is equal to height squared plus our apothem, 8.9 squared. So we're going to subtract 8.9 squared on both sides. So 21.9 squared minus 8.9 squared equals height squared. So let's go ahead and plug this into the calculator and see what we get. So here's our calculator. We got 21.9, and then we are going to square it. And then we are going to subtract 8.9 squared and then see what it's equal to. So it's around 400.4. So 400.4 is equal to our height squared. So now to get height by itself, we got to square root both sides. And we should get that our height is equal to, let's find out. It says it's equal to 20.01. So let's go ahead and make that 20.01 for our height. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting units. It's scary, scary. All right, don't forget your units. So this is units, 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 and this is also units. All right, so now we can find our area of the base. Then from there, we can find the volume. So the area of our base is going to be 1/2 AP. So this is going to be our apothem, 1/2 times our apothem, which is 8.9, times 65. Let's go ahead and see what that is. So we have 8.9 times 65. And that divided by 2. 289.25. I feel like we've had that number a lot. All right. Now to find our volume, we're just going to plug everything into that formula. We have 1/3 and then times the area of the base, 289.25, times our height, which is 20.01. So let's go ahead and plug this into the calculator and see what we get. So this times 20.01 and divided by 3, and we get 1900.29.3. 1929.3. 1929.3, and this will be units cubed. So that's going to be it for this question. We have a few more to go. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we have a sphere here. This one is going to have a lot less to fill in, which is nice. The volume for a sphere is going to be 4/3 and then pi r cubed. So that's just something that you're going to have to know. You should have that formula chart. It should be on your sheet too. But yeah. All right, so R stands for the radius of our circle here, of our great circle. So it's going to be half of 4 meters. 4 meters is our diameter, so this is going to be 2 meters. So now all you have to do is plug this into our volume formula, 4/3 pi, and then instead of r, we're going to use 2 cubed. So 2 cubed is 8, so we have 4/3 pi times 8. So now we just multiply this out. 4 times 8 is 32, so we have 32/3 pi. And you know what? I'm just going to leave it like this because it looks great. And this is going to be meters cubed. So that is how to find the volume of a sphere. Let's go ahead and go to the next question. So here is another pyramid. This is number 21 on y'all's sheet. All right, I forgot to write all the things you needed to find, so I just did that real quick. And let's go ahead and do this. This is number 21 on your sheet again. So each side length is going to be 8 feet, and it looks like we have a pentagon. So we're going to have 8 times 5. That's going to be 40 feet for our perimeter. The height of our pyramid is going to be 9.1 feet. It's given to us, which is nice. We don't have to use Pythagorean theorem. Then our apothem is going to be 5.5 feet. So now we have to find the area of our base. This is going to be 1/2 times a times perimeter. So let's go ahead and plug these values in. This is 1/2 times our apothem, which is 5.5, times our perimeter, which is 40. So let's go ahead and plug this into our calculator. All right. So we have 5.5 times 40, and then that divided by 2, not 20, divided by 2 is going to be 110. So this is 110 feet squared. Now for our volume, remember it's 1/3 times area of the base times height. So we're just going to plug these values in. 1/3 area of the base is 110, and then our height is 9.1. So let's go ahead and find out what this is. We have 110 times 9.1 and divided by 3. So we have 333 and 2/3. So this is going to be 333 and then 0.67, because we are rounding to 2 decimal places. And that's going to be it for number 21. We just got 2 more to go. All right. We have another pyramid here, and this time it is a hexagon. So we're going to have to find all this stuff again. We have the perimeter. We're going to have to find the slant height, the apothem, and then the height, and then the area of the base, and then the volume. So let's go ahead and find all this stuff. So the perimeter, the length of one side is 6 inches, but we have 6 sides. So we're going to do 6 times 6 is 36 inches. Our slant height is going to be 12.2. Our apothem is 5.2. These are both inches. And now we have to find our height. So we have our triangle here. Our apothem is 5.2 inches. And then this is our height, what we're looking for. And then our slant height is 12.2 inches. So let's go ahead and use Pythagorean theorem. So we have 12.2 squared equals 5.2 squared plus height squared. So we're going to have to subtract 5.2 squared from both sides. And let's go ahead and plug this into the calculator and see what we get. So we have 12.2 squared plus, or sorry, not plus, minus 5.2 squared. And we are given that it's 121.8. So let's go ahead and write that down. And to get h by itself, we have to square root both sides. So h is going to be equal to square root of 121.8. Let's go ahead and find out what that is. So the square root of 121.8 is 11.04. All right, so that's going to be our height, 11.04 inches. All right, so now we have to find the area of our base. This is going to be 1/2 AP, like usual. So our apothem, we found that, that's 5.2. And then our perimeter is 36. So let's go ahead and plug this into the calculator and see what we get. We have 5.2 times 36. And then that divided by 2, and that's going to be 93.6. That's the area of our base. 93.6 inches squared. And our volume, it's going to be 1/3 times area of the base times the height. So we just got to plug in these values. Just like that, 1/3 times area of the base is 93.6, and then the height is 11.04. So let's go ahead and put this in the calculator. again, see what our volume is. So 93.6 at times 11.04. That divided by 3. So our volume is going to be 344.45. 344.45, and it's going to be inches cubed. All right, so now we're going to move on to the last question. I know this has been a long vid, but hopefully you're getting your work done while you're watching it. All right, so here's the last question, number 25. Find the volume of a cone with slant height 6.8 miles. That is a big cone whose radius is 4 miles. So here's a cone. Remember to draw a picture, that's always important. Our radius of the circle is 4 miles, and then our slant height is 6.8 miles. All right, so let's go through all these steps. Remember, we have to find the height. So we have the radius, we have the slant height. I know this isn't on your paper, but it's good to get into the routine of doing this. Just identifying all these values. So our radius is 4 miles, slant height is 6.8 miles. And then now from here we can find our height. We're going to want to find our area of the base and then our volume. So to find our height, we have to use Pythagorean theorem. And we have done this plenty of times now. So I know that y'all are experts at this. We have 6.8 squared equals 4 squared plus h squared. So we're going to have 6.8 squared and then subtract 4 squared. It's going to be equal to h squared. So let's go ahead and do that. 6.8 squared, then subtract 16. That's 4 squared. So we have 30.24. So this is 30.24. Now we square root both sides. So let's go ahead and do that. Take the square root of this number, and we get 5.5. So let's go ahead and put that in. This is 5.5 miles. All right. So the area of our base, this is just pi r squared. Our base is a circle. So this is going to be 16 pi. This is going to be miles squared. You can also evaluate this. I'm going to choose to go ahead and leave it like this for now. And our volume is going to be 1/3 times the area of our base times the height. So let's go ahead and plug in these numbers. We have 1/3 and 16 pi times the height is 5.5. So let's go ahead and evaluate this, and this is going to be our volume of our cone. So we have 16 times 3.14, that's 16 pi. And then this is going to be multiplied by 5.5. That was our height. And then we have to divide by 3 because that's the formula. So our answer is going to be 92.11. So 92.11 miles cubed. So that's going to be our cone. All right, that's going to be it for this video. I know it was longer than my usual video, but yeah, I hope that it was at least beneficial having so many examples done that were similar to the ones that you need to do. So yeah, that's going to be it. And I think this might be the last video for our school year. So yeah, have a great summer if I don't see you. And yeah, hope you're doing well. All right, see ya.